unnecessary intro song to totally waste your time. Let's think of some things. Help me. Come on, I'm asking you to help. Help me think of some things that are worse than fake laughter. Having a turd shoved in your mouth, that's worse. Basically, having your body mangled in any way, dog bite to the crotch, that's probably worse. Nuclear war, that's probably worse. Cancer, that's an easy one. It's not hard to think of a few things worse than fake laughter, but it's still pretty fucking bad. It's still pretty awful. I almost might rather have cancer than be surrounded by fake laughter. Actually, I'm going to backpedal. I think I would rather be bitten by a dog than have to endure lots of fake laughter. Ugh. It's just such an unpleasant thing. Fake laughter, ridicule. It's weird how easily people are able to summon up phony laughter when they have nothing else to say. And the online version of it is maybe worse. LOL. Laughing out loud. Are you? Are you laughing out loud? No, you're not. It's one thing to say laughing out loud after somebody's said something that's funny. They've told a joke, they've set up a premise, and they have a punchline, and then something fun. They've been clever, and then you say LOL because you actually laughed. Because you really did laugh. It was funny. I'm laughing out loud. I remember when that little thing first surfaced around 1990. Seems like it was 1997, 98. I remember having to look up laughing out loud, and I thought, oh, that's pretty good. Laughing out loud. That's that works. I never adopted it. I think I've typed LOL maybe 3 times in my life, and each time it was to reflect back at somebody else that had said it and maybe make them feel stupid, Because, as you know, if you put your opinions out there at all on the internet, you'll get a lot of people who disagree with you, who rather than formulating an argument or engaging in conversation with you, will just simply put the laughing emoticon or, type LOL, LOL, laughing out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud, out loud. I wonder if people even know that that's what that means. Because the LOL doesn't make any sense. Ha 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 makes a lot of sense. It kind of sounds like a laugh. See, that was a fake laugh. But it's easy to know that was a fake laugh. But on the internet, it's really, I think it's really bad. It's a bad way to communicate or engage. Basically, ridicule, pointing and laughing, or just being that kind of dismissive. I would rather have an eye roll. An eye roll is one thing. It's silent. You don't have to fake anything to do an eye roll. It's a natural reaction to something being stupid, and it says a lot. But when you put LOL or you fake laugh out loud, it's taking an effort and everybody knows what you're doing. You are engaging in ridicule and mockery. And there is a time and a place for that, I suppose. Let's try to think of one since we're having a podcast here. What's a good time to mock? when does mockery work better than addressing something directly? When you're short on time. That's one. When you're short on time, when you're frustrated. Oh, I got a good one. When you actually hate a person. If you hate somebody and you want them to go away, if you want to cause them pain and you want them to no longer like you or darken your door, if you want them to leave, mockery and ridicule is a very good thing to employ, because it does drive people away. If you want to start, here's another good reason for mockery is helpful. Like, let's say you're a violent person and you're looking for a violent physical confrontation. You could use mockery and ridicule to make somebody's blood boil and bring them to the level of maybe they'll throw the first punch, and then you'll get to engage in violence. Mockery is good for that. Ridicule is good for stirring up emotions of violence. People leaving. It's some version of the fight or flight response, right? But yeah, it is. It's lazy almost all the time, except for maybe that purpose. If you're really looking for a violent fight, then that seems like a really good time, fast, efficient, good way to get somebody into fight mode. But otherwise, you're just being an idiot, And here's the problem. Here's one of the things that I've noticed about the laughing emoticon. I don't like it when I see it. I mean, people that I like use it sometimes, even on my wall. I've tried to keep it to a minimum, like in discussions. Like I'm never proud of my friends or anybody who uses LOL or a laughing emoticon as a response to a stupid argument. If somebody posts a stupid argument, the LOL response is the laziest of all. I've never thought, yeah, you tell them with your LOL. I mean, you could at least find a good GIF or GIF or whatever you want to call them. You could find Judge Judy. You could find a person doing a thing, but probably not even a laughing GIF. It's just so lazy. It's so unproductive, except for trying to rile somebody up to anger them. That's really the point. It's not meant to de-escalate anything. It's never intended to start a conversation or start a dialogue. When has somebody ever started out mocking and ridiculing and then gently eased into an intellectual conversation? Does that happen? Can you think of any examples of that happening? Trying to think of some mob movies. Mob movies and tough guy movies love to use the ridicule. It's in every good movie. Every movie has a villain who laughs and he mocks somebody. Or it's the people that laugh at it and then it turns the person into an evil villain. It's a funny little thing that happens so often, right? I got made fun of as a kid. But now I grow up. I'm 52 years old. I'm supposedly surrounded by adults in my feed. There aren't any young people in my feed. Everybody else is old. They're all in their 30s at the very youngest, Maybe some of my friends' kids have added me. They're in their 20s, But everybody's old. Yet there's still a whole group of people, mostly liberals from San Francisco, almost entirely, not totally, because, like I said, I get some right-wing conservatives that are also my Facebook friends. Generally not my real friends in true life. My real friends in true life aren't the LOLers of the world. They're not the fake laughers. In fact, I get rid of fake laughers very quickly, especially in real life. I've used that as I remember one time somebody asked me why I stopped dating a girl. And I said, well, because she was a fake laugher. She laughed too hard. She overdid it. I can't be around people who overdo laughter. And there's a separate kind too. This is separate from the LOLs, because there are people that actually laugh at funny things, but they overdo it because maybe they're looking for approval or something, or their humor trigger is too easily triggered. And this is my problem. Now we're talking about my problem. When people laugh too easily or too hard at things that I don't think are funny, I get upset. But that's definitely my flaw, probably not theirs. I have many, many, many flaws. But one of them is not LOLing, mocking, pointing, and laughing. I've never been a pointer and laugher. And because I was pointed and laughed at much. One of my older stepbrothers, just a mean person. He was mean, always mean. But that's mostly what he did with people, is laugh loudly in their face. I laugh at you in your face. It's so aggressive. It's such a low, evil form of communicating. Why do I bring this up right now? Well, I've been meaning to post about this. It's one of my pet peeves. This is called the opinion machine. This is my opinion about it, right? A long-winded opinion about it at that. But there's this friend of mine on Facebook, and she's an interesting woman. We're not good friends, but we're social friends. I'd see her out on the party scene. She's got some decent writing chops, if she wants to be honest. When she really wants to be honest writing, she can be engaging. Anyway, I posted this story today, a piece of fiction, a warning to the world about red flag laws. And this person had written a piece of fiction wherein this is a possible result and kind of an inevitable result of red flag laws. And red flag laws, what they really are, is a law that makes it, that essentially gets rid of due process. A no-knock warrant. Due process is out. Here's a red flag law. Somebody or some groups, a group of people decide to determine that you are a threat to society, or that it doesn't really matter. They can be ill-willed, they can have goodwill. It doesn't matter. What it means is that somebody can say, I don't think this person should have a gun for whatever reason. It could be their own personal vendetta against you. Swatting. Do you know what swatting is? Swatting is when people will. It's a very dangerous thing. And I actually have done versions of this, but not with the police. It's when you call the police on a certain house or address and you say they have a bomb and they have a gun and I saw it, and then that gets the SWAT team to that house and directly starts engaging this house. They can be completely innocent, but it's basically sending an army or the cops after an innocent person, swatting. Well, I used to do it with enemies where I just put an ad in the paper for a garage sale at their house at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday and advertise a bunch of antiques. So you get a mob of people showing up to buy, things on Saturday morning. Estate sale. Knock loudly on the garage, that kind of thing. Or another version of that is when you, if you don't like somebody, or if you do like them and you just want to prank them, a good prank is to set up 1 million in-home appointments for them, like salesmen to their door. You send the Mormon missionaries, you send the soft water salesman, you send the termite guy, you send everybody, and you schedule them all throughout a weekend, when somebody's going to be at home relaxing. So they're getting constant visits. Fun. But you do that with SWAT, and they show up with their machine guns, and they are on edge because they've been told by a few sources, that a person's got machine guns and they're crazy and that they are a threat to society. So they're on hair trigger, and who knows? But anyway, this piece of fiction that I posted goes through a scenario like that, where a nice family is at home. They hear the dog bark. He gets his gun. His wife goes and gets the children. Goes into the living room. He has his gun ready because it sounds like a home invader. Door blasts open. He fires a shot, kills the first guy, dead. All of a sudden, there's another guy. Yeah, shoots them. Then a bunch of bullets come in, and there's a big fight, a war. Because of this no-knock warrant. We've all seen how SWAT teams go in a line up to a door. They catch him by the surprise. It happened to Roger Stone. They knock, and if nobody answers on time, they smash the door down. They run in. They have their... we saw it with Elian Gonzalez. Remember little Elian Gonzalez, if you're old enough? Remember that nice little picture of him in the closet and a guy with a gun and a bulletproof vest and goggles on, reaching for him to snatch him out to send him back to Cuba? Remember that? Well, a lot of these kids don't, Red flag laws, they're about getting rid of due process. Anyway, I posted that, and this friend, I think she probably got it from my wall, but she reposted it with a whole block of, maybe 150 laughing emoticons, right? And then her hard left-leaning group of people, there was a whole bunch of comments just also LOLing. I couldn't even make it through. Conservatives are so stupid. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, oh, these kids, man. It's like they never watched. It's like they weren't alive when Waco, when Janet Reno basically lit a bunch of children on fire in Waco, or Ruby Ridge, or countless others. How many SWAT home invasions have we seen? And to expand that into just people reporting people and getting rid of due process, because they might have a gun in the house, and there's 300 million guns, which is a lot of people you could potentially report. LOL, ha 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 ha, it's funny. This person wrote some funny fiction. Yeah, it's plausible fiction. But the funny thing about this woman is that she's a fiction writer, and the post right before that was her talking about her own insecurities about writing fiction, science fiction. And I'm like, well, when you do post your science fiction, somebody will probably give you a review of a bunch of laughing emoticons, and you'll have to figure out how that feels. It's a very low effort way to engage with an idea. Low effort, low intellect, unproductive, annoying to everybody but the few jackasses that run in your weird little bullying circle. It's a bullying thing. It's bullying. Who else besides a bully laughs and mocks and points and Ha, you idiot. Ha ha. Who was that? That's a Simpson bully. And this is what the internet's filled with. Adults acting like this. Adults typing LOL. LOL, 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 LOL. Can you imagine if you really laugh like that? Or maybe we'll meet somebody one day that laughs like that. How do you... That's a weird laugh. Now it sounds like it's getting bigoted. Because that does sound like... What nationality does that sound like? It's like, in a high pitch, it would be that Indian shrieking thing. And by the way, I don't like it when people do that either. I don't know how that was a kind of an interesting segue. But that when women do that, and it's kind of supposed to be some weird ethnic thing from, I don't know, what countries do that? Is it India? But I hate it when that happens because it's the same kind of phony bullshit. It's never an involuntary. What is more wonderful? Okay, now we're talking. Now that we've done enough talking shit about the fake laugh, the reason why it's the fake one is so bad is because is there anything more wonderful than a real laugh? An honest laugh? Oh, God, that's the best thing in the world. Like, what is better? Maybe the laugh of a baby, you know? The wagging tail of a dog. Same thing, you know, puppy, a laughing baby. Okay, really, is there a better sound than a laughing baby? I don't think there is. And I think we figured out why the fake laugh is so terrible. Because the contrast with the real thing is dramatic. Anyway, yeah, ridicule sucks. It sucks because it works. It's effective. It works for its intended purpose, which is to make people feel shitty. It's to create bad feelings, you know. It's to create anger, sadness, all negative things. It works. And if you're engaged in it, if you're engaged in it and you're under the impression that you are a good person or that you do good things, you're going to have to walk that back a little bit. You're going to have to take some time and reconsider that at least on that level, you are definitely not a good person and you are not engaged in productive activity unless you want anger and strife and violence around you. You know? The LOL. And that includes all the people that I like that do it. Don't do it. Go for real laughs. Actually, develop a good sense of humor. You know, help people laugh. It's a good service. Real ha-ha-has. Real LOLs. Oh, those are the best. Thanks for listening.